Um, Good afternoon to everyone, and a warm welcome to you all. Thank you for joining us for another webinar, which is hosted by Cooperation Africa. It is indeed great to have you with us. Please note that this session is being recorded. As some of you may already know, Cooperation Africa is dedicated to promoting and supporting cooperative development across the continent. And this webinar is part of our knowledge sharing program, and it is an ongoing effort to raise awareness, share experiences, and strengthen the cooperative movement here in Africa. My name is Ebenezer, and I'll be your moderator for today's session. Please take a moment to introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us your name, the organization you represent, and where you're joining us from. Throughout the session, feel free to drop your questions or comments in the chat or the Q&A section. Today's session will run for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes at most. Our speaker will speak for around 35 minutes, and we'll move into questions and answers for about 15 minutes. We also have interpretation into French, so please use the interpretation link to access the language of your choice. Before we hear our speaker for today, for the benefit of those who do not know much about Cooperation Africa, let me say a few words about us. We're a membership organization registered and operating out of Ghana, and with members from across Africa and beyond. We support cooperatives because as businesses owned and democratically managed by their members, cooperatives help those members achieve higher and more secure standards of living. Cooperatives may be categorized into three broad groups: producer cooperatives, consumer cooperatives, and multi-stakeholder cooperatives. As an organization, we are of the view that if African countries have more stronger cooperatives, they will be better able to provide more secure employment and better standards of living to their members. We strive to promote cooperatives first through country research into cooperatives, followed by advocacy, and secondly, through knowledge sharing events for those wishing to set up or grow their own cooperatives. And also, finally, by providing finance to support cooperatives. As part of our current activities, in addition to the digest of news about cooperatives in Africa site for this news bulletin. We've also commissioned 4 research reports into the enabling and inhibiting factors that affect cooperative formation and development in Zambia. The factors include awareness about cooperatives, the political and legal landscape, and a range of socio-economic factors, and finally, financial and technical support. We plan to launch the findings of this research this year during our International Hybrid Conference, which will be taking place in Lusaka, Zambia. And we welcome all those as members who are willing to actively help to bring about a more cooperative and self-reliant Africa. Please see the membership section on our website and join us in building the kind of Africa you want. And so now to introduce our speaker for today. Our speaker for today is Mr. Prosper Ruterana, and he's the chairperson of the Rwanda Animal Resources Improvement Cooperative, and which is an agribusiness and animal resource cooperative. Mr. Ruterana is an agribusiness and animal resource expert with a strong experience in livestock production, cooperative development, and value chain management. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Animal Science from the National University of Rwanda and is currently pursuing a master's degree in agribusiness at the University of Rwanda. Over the years, Mr. Ruterana has worked closely with dairy farmers and agricultural cooperatives, supporting in training areas such as animal husbandry, nutrition, reproduction, milk hygiene, and forage conservation. As project coordinator of the cooperative, he leads project planning, implementation, monitoring, and coordination. And through the cooperative, he continues to contribute to youth employment, livestock advisory services, and the strengthening of Rwanda's cooperative sector. We are pleased to have him with us today. So, Mr. Rana, if you can go ahead and unmute your mic and begin your presentation. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me, Prosper?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So please, you can go ahead.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. As the moderator said, my name is Prosper Terana. I came from Rwanda. I'm the chairperson of Rwanda Animal Resources Improvement Cooperative, as well as the project coordinator of the project called the provision of the extension services to fish farmers and monitoring the activities. The project is funded by the Rwanda Agriculture and the Animal Resources Development Board. In acronyms, we call it RAB. So if you allow me, I can proceed with the presentation. My presentation will focus to the history and information of the RARICO, our cooperative, the membership, output and finance, mission and the vision of the cooperative, how the cooperative governance is structured. We proceed with the future goals of the cooperative because we need to continue our activities while emphasizing on the expansion of the activities, the income, and enhancing the impact we are bring to the community. I will proceed also to the reasons, challenges, and the success. Finally, I will talk about the impact we are bringing to the community. RARICO is the Rwanda Animal Resources Improvement Cooperative in the acronym. Why we found the RARICO? Firstly, we graduated as young persons, so we needed to join the job either from the government, either from the international organization. Unfortunately, we didn't. So we sat together and we decided how we can create a job ourselves. That's the first intention of creating our cooperative, our young graduates. The first intention was to create decent jobs from the agriculture, especially in the livestock and the animal resources. So we wanted to create and support the quality agriculture and the livestock employment. The second, we wanted to engage young graduates into the productive agriculture career. Do you still seeing my presentation or not?
Yeah. I can still see it. And I'm sure everybody else can also see it.
Okay, now I can. So, give them the made mistake. I don't see my screen. Where's my screen?
Hello, Prosper. We can see your screen.
But me, I don't see mine. I want to see my screen. Don't know what happened. I don't see. I don't see my screen. I don't know what happened.
Okay, now your screen is off. Now it's yes, now I can see. Yeah.
So I was saying that we wanted to mobilize the young graduate dynamic ones to join the agriculture because in our mentality as Rwandan people, we we didn't assume that the agriculture can create a decent job to anyone, can make us living in the life we want. The 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 other intention we had is the sector diversification. Because in the agriculture is a chain of activities. Sometimes we were thinking that the agriculture is producing only agriculture commodities, producing milk, producing meat. So we didn't think that we can create jobs within the value chain. The other intention was to shift the agriculture from subsistence, of course, to oriented the modern agriculture. Uh, those are our intention of creating the cooperative. So our mission was to support and strengthen livestock farms by providing expert knowledge, reading practical farming skills, and accelerating the transfer of innovative knowledge for sustainable growth. Why the vision was I don't see my screen where I don't know what is happening.
Hello, Prosper.
Yeah,
So
here I don't see
we can
my
see your
screen very
screen.
well. Sorry?
We can see your screen.
Yeah, you see it, but for me, I don't see it there. Visual, empowering livestock firms with the knowledge, skills, and technologies needed to build a sustainable and productive livestock economy. So the history of of the cooperative, we started our cooperative informally in 2017 with 36 farm members. In 2018, we registered our cooperative officially through Rwanda Cooperative Agency. So in 2020, we started our activities on the field. It means that in 2020, we started to generate income from our customers till today. So as I said, we started with 36 members, while now we have 90 members. It means that our member, we received more persons who wanted to join the cooperative. Our members, they graduated from the university, National University of Rwanda, and the other international universities in different majors related to livestock production, animal sciences, aquatic and aquaculture sciences. RARICO is a youth-led cooperative, as I said before, where 40% of the participants they had the international internship, agriculture internship in the Israel. Our cooperative, of course, we had we have the General Assembly of 90 members. We have the board of directors of 5 persons. We have a chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, and 2 advisors. We have supervisory committees like internal audit committee. We have a professional representative, 4 persons who represent RARICO in the province. We have social committee. Social committee has responsibilities of coordinating the social activities of our cooperative members, like birthdays, like ceremonies, wedding ceremonies, like the various ceremonies, all those social activities of our cooperative members, so that we can help them, we can support them during the social activities. We have procurement committee, we have a technical committee. Technical committee is the one which lead our technical activities, which lead the preparation of our technical preparation of our technical document subjected to be submitted to any partner. So about the decision-making principle in our cooperative, we have the equal voice, equal right. One voice, one vote. Means that everyone can share his idea. We have many services, of course, related to livestock production and the aquaculture practices. We provide the technical assistance to the farmers. It's the on-ground technical assistance. We provide the knowledge transfer within our farmers. We facilitate them to exchange their knowledge. So we support the government activities. How we support the government activities? So we collaborate with the government organization which are responsible to develop the agriculture and the livestock sector. We try to know what they are planning to do within any fiscal year. So we bring those plan of activity and we try to match it with our activities so that we can see if we should we should contribute to the activities. So when we see that we can contribute to the activities, we start to initiate the negotiation with them, how they can support us financially so that we can do a kind of part to the planned activities in order to help them to achieve what they planned to do. We provide the aquaculture consultants. This is the consultant we provide to the farmers or any investor who approach us to our office and show that he is interested to invest in the aquaculture and fish farming. What we do, we help them from the site preparation, site selection, and we guide him to from the site selection to harvesting. It means that he pay the services we provide from the site preparation till harvesting. The second, the other activity we do is that we help farmers and the other investors to prepare the bankable project, which should be submitted to the bank, should be submitted to the other financial institution where they want to apply for a loan or a credit. Our Our staffs, they help farmers because we have the different categories of the farmers. There's small scale farmers, the medium one, the big farmers. So for we have a specific product to small and medium farmers. We help them to manage the business because sometimes they mix what they get from the fish farmers and what they get from the agriculture production so that they cannot separate those two businesses. And at the end, they cannot decide what to reinvest in the aquaculture. So our staff say help those two categories of farmers to manage their farms effectively so that they can reinvest in the fish farming. We provide the business advisors, the strategic business ideas, and the actionable advice for agri entrepreneurs. So in aquaculture, we have a problem of fish feed prices. Fish feeds, they are expensive. So we help the small and the medium fish farmers to produce the insect which can be used in a fish formulation, like the black soldiers, like the earthworms, so that those insects could be used to formulate what we call the farm-based feeds. Those feeds should be used to supplement the industrial feeds in order to minimize the cost of the production. As I said before, we started with 60 persons. Today we have 90 persons, sorry. We estimate that our membership share increased to 150%. Our members are segregated where we have 73% is males, 26% are women. We are happy that our cooperative is started from the scratch, but today is nationally recognized by the government, by the other organizations involved in the aquaculture and the livestock production, so that our services can be offered or can be provided to anyone who wants. We have a specialization of livestock and fish farmers, I said before. So we try to cover the whole value chain from the production to marketing. To make it clear, RARICO is not providing any input. So we support the availability and utilization of the available input. It means that we link any actor who is involved within the value chain. We link those value chain actors, like the farmers. We help them to get the feeds. We help them to access feeds. We help them to be connected to the feed suppliers and the feed manufacturers. We help the farmers to be in touch with the fish traders, with the fish processors, something like that. Our financial status grew from the shares and the monthly contribution of the members. which initially covered the operation like transport, daily subsistence allowance, office rent, the office materials and office consumables. So the shares and the monthly contribution also help organization to be legally formalized to network with the other organization and the institution which can support us to run our business. Today, we have service-based revenue model, the form of consultants, of course, because we provide the consultants to the government. We provide the consultants activity services to the farmers, direct farmers, and we provide also consultant services to international organizations. Few months ago, we had a contract with Resource Contact under CASA project where we provided the business development services to fish farmers. The organization wanted to equip fish farmers with the financial literacies. They wanted to equip farmers to be able to perform the financial reports, financial documentation, so that they can approach banks with the accurate document, trustable document. As you see, we are estimating our annual turnover is ranged between 150 to 200 millions of Rwandan francs. Of course, we are happy that our personnel had been increased. We started with two staffs, but today we have 21 permanent staffs and more than 50 part-time staffs. Our future goal as a long-term business we want to create. So we are planning to start a training center of excellence in aquaculture and the livestock, so that we will be able to build the capacity of the current farmers and the future farmers within our territory. So again, we are planning to attract more than 100 young graduates. We started our collaboration with the University of Rwanda, where the student from the animal production department and the aquaculture department to do the academic internship in RARICO. So within that framework of the internship, we will be able to attract those students to engage in aquaculture. Sometimes we encourage them to create their own businesses, their own organization. Because we want to have many organizations, many professional organizations which could be interested in livestock production in the aquaculture. In Rwanda, of course, we have many organizations which are involved in agriculture crop production. But in livestock, there are not many. That's why we created our organization, because we wanted to provide private services to the farmers and the public organization, of course. Of course, we want to formalize livestock advisory into structured fish-based professional service, which will be recognized nationally. And we want to develop the effective research, which will be locally adopted with the local adopted technologies. So sometimes we dream to bring the sophisticated technologies, but our farmers are not ready to adopt those advanced technologies due to the farming skills, due to the financial ability, the skills, of course. Sometimes we fail because we bring the advanced technologies while our customers are not able to adopt those technologies. Among the reasons we learned since 2020 when we started to operate in Rwanda, specifically in the livestock in the aquaculture subsectors, we honestly we can say that agriculture can be a decent and dignified job for all African young persons. Those we cannot run the agriculture project without natural resources like land and the access to water, of course. But within the agriculture value chain, young African persons can integrate themselves within the value chain where they can create their own businesses like processing, like marketing, like advisory services, extension services, and so on. As a cooperative, we saw that cooperative can play a crucial role in community and sectoral development. Of course, today we are talking about the agriculture cooperative, but cooperatives can be in any development sector like industry. Yeah, in Rwanda we have the construction cooperatives. We have the carpentry cooperative. So cooperative can play a role in the community development and as well as sector development. But working together, when the persons join together into a cooperative, they can attract more support. They can be able to bargain the market because today for one person, it's not easy to bargain the market, but in collective ways, people can bargain the market. From our experience, when we try to approach the government in one person, it was not easy to express ourselves, to say what we want from the government, to say how we want to work with the government. But after creating this cooperative, we were able to approach the Ministry of Agriculture and the Animal Resources, and we presented what we want to do and what we want to achieve, how we want to contribute to the community, and how we want to answer the question of job creation, so that the government supported us through the consultants services. Again, cooperatives are a powerful instrument for transforming agriculture. I said it before, and the cooperative can improve the members' livelihood. For instance, our cooperatives, our main purpose was to create jobs for our members. From the previous days, right, I said that we started with the two staffs. But today, we have 21 permanent staffs. They get the regular salaries, monthly salaries, and also we have more than 50 part-time jobs that we create every year. It means that our members, because they have a priority, they get jobs from our cooperative first, then after we invite the non-cooperative persons so that they can get part-time jobs in our organization. So among the challenges we have due to the structure of land tenure we have in our country, we are still facing the issue of subsistence farming, the mindset of farmers. Because most of our farmers, they have small plots ranging from 0.5 to 1 hectare per family. So that's not easy for them to modernize the agriculture practices. So it means that it's not easy for us to change their mind, changing from subsistence farming to commercial-oriented farming. And then we have an issue of the customer mentality. They used to get the free services from the government support, from the Ministry of Agriculture, from the Rwanda Agriculture and the Animal Resources Development Board. Within that, the transition of introducing the private sector into the service provision in the agriculture sector. So some farmers refuse to accept to pay its service fee because they used to get free feed from the government. It's not easy for us to engage some more stakeholder. Sometimes they engage in the value within the value chain, but after sometimes they drop out is about they didn't contribute effectively as we expected from them. Because the agriculture value chain is sometimes fragmented. Every value chain actor wants to work independent. Why for us we want them to work together so that we can coordinate the whole value chain easily. The other challenge we have is the raw uptake of the new technology, as I said before. Also, when we try to bring the modern technologies, the skills of farmers limits them to adopt those advanced technologies, as well as the financial capabilities of them. Sometimes those modern technologies are expensive, so they cannot pay it, they cannot buy them, they cannot able to afford those technologies. But I told you before, today we have 160 customers across the country. Those customers they are categorized into two categories. One is pond farmers, fish pond farmers, others the maritime fish farmers. Other things we can appreciate from our side is that we manage to help our members to pursue the postgraduate studies. They we have two persons in China. They got those scholarship upon our recommendations, upon our correspondence with the university and the financial support organizations. We have other two persons who are doing a master's studies here in Rwanda in animal science and the agribusiness. As a cooperative which is recognized in Rwanda, we are a member of Rwanda Aquaculture and Fisheries Development Association, RADA, and we are heading the cluster or the Department of Research and Extension. Yet we are a member of Private Sector Federation, as the moderator said before. And we are also a member of Rwanda Agriculture Sector Skills Council. Of course, we work with Share is the Belgium organization. We worked with them, and we are working with the Swiss Contact, is the international organization. So among the impact we did in our community, of course, we created jobs and we try to impact the livelihood of our customers as well as our members. Because our customers, they increased the production. They increased the production from 0.8 to 1.5 kilograms of fish per square meter. Of course, we contributed to the national production and we increased the number of productive farms because before we joined these subsectors, many fish farmers, they were dormant. They were considered they abandoned the production resources because the production resources they were idle. So upon our arrival, we tried to mobilize them or encourage them. We tried to advocate to different organization which would support them by providing the fish fingerings, the fish feeds, paying the extension services, supporting them through the indoor trainings and the study tours so that they, they, they come again within the production. So now the number of the productive farms has been increased. Now we are trying to strengthen the value chain, of course, by linking the input supplier to the production, the producers, and linking the producer to the market so that we wanted the value chain to be well structured so that everyone who is involved in the value chain should make money and get profit from the subsector so that should be happy with the livestock value chain. The other impact we did is the changing the mindset and the knowledge of the farmers. As we are working with them every day. So we saw that the mindset has been changed. They know that once they continue to make a business or livestock business, they can and the business can change the living standard. It can change the living condition. So we are happy that the mind of our customers has been changing. So I think those are what I have to say to the audience. So if there is any question or discussion.
Okay,
You
thank
are
you.
welcome to say it.
Thank you so much, Prosper, for the insightful presentation. So there's a question in the chat right now. So I'll go ahead and read it, and then you can respond to the question. So the first question is, what inspired the original decision to set up the cooperative in the first place? Was it a few graduates struggling to find jobs and then looking to create their own employment? And also, did you see deficiencies in animal sciences in particular or the agri sector in general? So that's the first question. So you can go ahead and answer that. And if there are any others, once you answer, I'll read
Uh,
the other ones as well.
the, the first insight we had that when we graduated, all of us we had the hope to get jobs from the government, but unfortunately we didn't. So soon after, as graduates, we sit together and we discussed how we can create job ourselves. Because most of our that time in 2017, a lot of people who were in the group, they also had the opportunity of Israel International. So we discussed that and we found that we had a kind of package of knowledge. So we said, okay, how can we use our knowledge in order to get job first and impacting the lives of that. That was our first insight. So we discussed about the available opportunities and we try to identify which gaps are in the subsector. So during our discussions, we found that the subsector entirely is lacking the professional persons, except those employed by the government. And we saw that many of our graduates, when they didn't get a job from the government or other recognized organizations, so they decided to leave the subsector and they join other sectors. After highlighting all those issues, said, how can we attract other people who already left the sector? How can we attract them to be part of the development of this livestock subsector? So that was our discussions we had. So after getting the consultative advices from the Minister of Agriculture and the Animal Resources, they advised that we can create like a cooperative or a company which could be an instrument of transforming agriculture from subsistence to business-oriented subsector. That's how we created our cooperative. I don't know if my answer is well convincing.
Okay. So hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I did.
Yes. So I think the follow-up question to that was, did you see any deficiencies in animal sciences in particular, or the agri sector in general? So
Yeah.
that was the follow-up question to that.
Yeah, well, we have main deficiencies because, as I said before, the young people, we have a problem of accessing the production resources. Many people who have the right to their production resources, they are our fathers, our mothers, our grandfathers. So they are practicing the subsistence farming system. They are not producing efficiently. So those deficiencies, again, they don't need to employ people who started the livestock production, animal sciences, animal production. So they are thinking that they are able to make production themselves without the involvement of the educated people, highly educated people. So that situation hinder the production at the efficient level, which make us every time we say that we don't have enough animal resources products like meat, like milk, eggs, fish. So that kind of the efficiency, the efficiency we have in the livestock subsector because the people who have the access to the production resources, they don't employ well-educated persons.
Okay. Thank you for that, Prosper. So there are a few more questions in the chat. So I'll take them in batches and then you respond. So the first batch of
Yeah. Sorry?
customers outside Rwanda. And then the third question in that batch would be, do you have much competition in winning contracts from the government? And if so,
Sorry, can you repeat once again?
the third one, or you would want me to repeat the others as well? Hello, Prosper. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, now I'm hearing.
Okay.
Can you repeat what you were
Okay.
saying?
So the first question is, what are your relation with the Department of Agriculture? And then the second question is, do you have any customers outside Rwanda? And then the third question is, do you have much competition in winning contracts from the government? And if you do have much competition, who are your competitors, basically? And then the last question in that batch would be, are you satisfied with the growth of your personal incomes in the cooperative in relation to other graduates in the public and private sectors? So this will be the first batch of questions, and then once you finish answering, I'll
Let
continue
us
to the next
go
one.
through one by one. First of all, we have a good relationship with the Department of Livestock, Department of Lab, Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resources Development Board. Yet we have a good relationship with the Department of Livestock Development from the Ministry of Agriculture and the Animal Resources because we work with them hand in hand. Many times they provide the advice to us. They help us to develop because they don't want to lose our cooperative within the value chain because they know what we contributed. The second, we don't have the international customers, except when they come in Rwanda and they wanted to do something with the livestock production farmers. In my presentation, you see that we have the Swiss contact with the European organization. We have share engineer is the Belgium organization. So when those organizations wanted to contribute to the development of livestock sector, when they priority activities are related or sometimes they fall within our priority areas of contribution. So we sit together and we discuss how we can collaborate, how we can work together. The other question, the third question is help me to know the third question. So, well, of course, when we are in the course of getting a contract from the government, it's not easy at all. But it's not because we have many competitors. It's because of the process. How is the process? It is a digitalized process. So they evaluate everything related to our eligibility, related to our past performances, related to our impact to the community, impact to the farmer. So they evaluate all those specific information so that when we apply to any activity, to any government activities, all those information are evaluated in order to make sure that we can fit with or not. So normally it's not easy to get the government contract, but with the support from the organization, the government organization, sometimes we get contract from the last question, I think, is
The last question
if
was
we are satisfied with the cooperative financial status.
yes.
Of course, we are not satisfied with our financial status. That's why we want to expand our activities. We have future goals, future activities we want to implement. Because we need to increase our annual income. The same as for our members, they are not satisfied. They want to grow. They want to get more. They want to get more benefit from the organization. So step by step, I hope that within 2 or 5 years, we will make more. We get more money here into what we have to do.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prosper. I'm moving on to the next batch of questions, and that would be, do you provide training and knowledge exchange online, or is it all in
No,
person?
we don't. We don't. We do the on-field training sessions and the indoor training sessions because we focus to what we call the teaching by showing. We don't provide the online training session.
Okay. Okay. The next question is, do you have a long list of recent graduates seeking to join you?
Sorry?
Hello, Prosper. Can you hear me?
Sorry, can you repeat the answer?
Okay, so I was saying that the next question is, do you have a long list of recent graduates seeking to join you? And then the next question after
No,
that is,
actually, they cannot apply for jobs when we don't have we didn't advertise. But when we did, we the minimum person who can apply for our jobs is ranged between 30 to 50 persons or fresh graduate course. Even the interns, when they graduate from the university, they come back to our organization in the seeking the professional international. Because the target is that sometime they will be employed.
okay.
The next question.
The next question was, do you encourage farmers to get training in groups, or is it all individual and bilateral? So there are a number of other questions. So
No.
let me just go questions so that when you're answering, you can just go ahead and answer all the questions. So
Okay.
yeah, so the one I just uh, asked was, do you encourage farmers to get training in groups, or is it all individual and bilateral? The next question is, what kind of support did the government provide to you? And then the last question on that is, how do you intend to recruit graduates from middle level colleges, or your main focus is on university graduates only? So those are the last set of questions.
For the first question, actually, our training in modalities, we have what we call the model farms. It's not easy to provide the personal trainings. We provide the group training to the model farms. Model farms, those are the excellent farms which were created by the government, by the by RAB. They are located within 19 districts. So when we encourage farmers to seek to attend our training, we encourage them to meet with them to those model farmers. Because one farmer cannot afford the price of the service. Sometimes it is expensive relatively to the production he has. So we encourage them to book in one group so that they can access the training services at affordable price. The second question, what kind of the support we get from the government? Of course, when you have a good relationship with the government, it's a good support for them, because sometimes you can approach them and they refuse to accept your approach. So from the government, they equip our organization with different training materials. We get different training materials from the government. So those training materials are used to train farmers. The second, when you organize the training, you approach the government. The government help us to mobilize farmers to attend training you organize. Other things that we, of course, we get from the government, financial support, apart from the consultant services. Sometimes the government support us with the financial means. The last question is how we are trying to increase the fresh graduate. It's not
Hello, Prosper.
the
Your line is breaking. I think.
Sorry.
I think what you were saying was not a bit clear. I think there was a network problem. So, if you can just repeat that.
I was saying that it's not easy for us to recruit fresh graduates because sometimes when you don't have the services, when you don't have services, the funded services, it's not easy for us to recruit those persons. But when we have like a consultant services from the government or from any international organization, of course, we recruit the fresh graduates because we want to integrate them on the system. Because very soon we will retire or we will go out of the system. So we want to train the fresh graduates in order to make them able to take over the production or to take over the services we are offering to the public and make sure that the cooperative will not collapse when we will go to the retirement.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Prosper. So there's a very last question, very last one as we draw the curtain on today's session. The last question is, which are the three fastest growing commercial livestock keeping activities in Rwanda? Which are the
Sorry?
three? So, which are the three fastest growing commercial livestock keeping activities in Rwanda? I don't know if that's
I,
clear.
I don't get you very well.
Okay, so what are the three fastest growing commercial livestock keeping activities in Rwanda? I don't know if that's clear now.
Easy to answer that question, but the most appreciated livestock animals in Rwanda, dairy, have dairy farming, have pig farming, and poultry farming. So when someone wants to integrate in livestock farming, I would advise him to explore the opportunity that he can seize in those three subsectors. Am I correct?
So the last part was a bit hard to hear, so I don't know if you can just go over that last part.
Can you increase the voice?
I should repeat the question.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so what
increase
are
the voice because I
okay?
don't hear
So
you
you
well.
mentioned dairy, you mentioned pig farming, but then you mentioned
Mm.
another one, which was a bit
The
hard.
product.
You said,
I said the diary,
uh-huh,
said uh, pig farming
yeah,
and the poultry farming.
poultry. Okay, poultry
Yes.
farming. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So that was the last question for today's session. I would like to say a very big thank you to you, Mr. Prosper Ritarana, for making the time to talk to us about your cooperative and all the work that you are doing in Rwanda. We sincerely appreciate it. And I would like to also
Thank you
thank,
very much.
yes, so I would like
So,
to also,
you
hello,
can
Prosper.
continue. Yes, you can continue.
Yes. So I would like to also thank the interpreters, Kader and Merrill, for being here to support us with French interpretation. I'd like to also thank Corporation Africa executives and also the staff of Corporation Africa. I would also want to highlight that all our webinars are recorded and you can find them either on our website, corporationafrica.org, or on our YouTube of the same name. So please share the link, share the flyers when you get them. We have another webinar scheduled for June, and we hope to see all of you here for that webinar as well. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much.